welcome back to our podcast. So today we happily are receiving Kevin, a football player from Thai Ports, from the Thai national team, Swedish and Thai national. Yeah. So today we'll be talking to him about football, about how we can, deliver this message to young players, in order to make them improve their football, So me, Coach Sam, and Kevin, we are here today. Okay. So we'd like you quickly to introduce yourself, as we would not know each other. So briefly introduce yourself to the audience.
My name is Kevin DEEROMRAM. I'm 26 years old. I'm a left defender for Port FC. Grew up in Sweden. Played in Sweden all my life. Came to Thailand 6 years ago. Since then, been playing in Ratchaburi and then moved to Port FC. Played for the national team in Thailand as well. I think that's it.
Yeah. So, did you ever play for the national team in Sweden?
I played for the youth national teams in Sweden. So since I was 15 until I was 20 or 19, before I came to Thailand, I was in the national teams in Sweden. From under 15 to under 16, 17, 19, 20. I don't know how many national team caps I did, but I was there sometimes.
Yeah. Have you still got your caps from the national team?
Yeah, I still got them somewhere. I don't know where, but I think I got them somewhere.
Great. So I think today we have good stories from him, as he grew up in Europe, right?
Exactly.
And then came to Thailand later on. So how was this time for adapting to the Thai football?
I mean, it was different when I came here from Europe. I remember I came here and I didn't understand nothing. I came to a city also that had nothing. I expected Bangkok, but I went to Ratchaburi and it was a change for me because I come from a big city in Stockholm. Then football-wise, it was difficult with how they were doing their tactics and how we do in Europe. Also with how to adapt to the weather, to the hot weather. I was not used to it. In Sweden, it's very cold. Here, it's very hot. So it took me some time to adapt. But in the end, I think I came to a good team that helped me adapt more quickly. And we had a coach that was Spanish, that's European as well. So I felt in the end, it didn't take me that long, but it took me a while to get adapted to the Thai league and to Thai football.
Right. Talking more specifically about football, what was, let's say, the biggest shock, comparing to European and the Thai Asian style?
I think that the biggest change was more that Thai players was not very professional. They were more very sabai how it is in Thailand, right? And I came and I didn't understand nothing. And people were like, okay, we are going out to hang out with the president after the game. And I said, I didn't understand nothing. I was like, okay. And then they like to talk with the president, joke with the president. But in Sweden, you never do that. With the sport director, you will never speak with him. You will never joke with him. He's just there to. Everything is very more professional. Here, Thailand was more like very chill, and I didn't understand nothing. So that was the biggest shock for me in the beginning.
Right. Anything to add?
So you still have a good relationship with him, don't you?
Yeah. I'm talking to him from time to time. I mean, he's a good guy. I like him. I think he likes me. I hope so, at least. If you watch, please like me. No, but he's a good guy, man. And some people say different things, but for me, he always was a good guy. He always helped me in the right way to adapt to the Thai football, to help me with whatever I needed.
Yeah.
So, he's a good guy.
You grew up in Europe, so that's not typical for the Thai national team players. Well, it's becoming more typical with the halfies coming in now. So, which clubs did you play at? Because I've seen pictures of you in German club.
Yeah, exactly.
In Italian club.
So I grew up in my club, in my boyhood club in my city. It was called EF Kohaninge, small club. Then when I was 14, I had to go. I went to one of the bigger academies in Stockholm. Started there, played there for 2 years or 3 years, I think, until I went to So I signed my first pro contract when I was 15, I think, 15. Signed my first pro contract. was with the first team when I was 15, 16. Then at 17, I didn't get a place in the first team, so I went to Italy to do a trial with Roma. And then I went to Germany to do a trial with Werder Bremen as well. And I remember I got offers from both clubs. I got offer from Roma and I got offer from Werder Bremen. But I remember in Roma it was too not professional, but it was more like a, I don't know how to explain, but you are living in a compound with the players. You are just in a building with the players. You cannot go out. So there's walls around and you cannot go out of the, especially when you're under 18, you cannot go out from the compound, and then you have to just stay there. You have to train, eat, do whatever they say every day. And my life is, I don't like someone to control my life. I like to eat what I want. I like to enjoy. So then I chose to go to Germany, where I had my own apartment. I got to live the life on my own more, and chose to play in Germany in Werder Bremen for 1 year. Came back to Sweden. Had some problems in my club where I was before, so they loaned me out to the second league on my last year of my contract, and then I came to Thailand.
That's quite difficult actually. So for a young lad, you're 15 years old, to travel away from his parents. Like, what was it like the first time you had to start having to like travel around Europe on your own?
Yeah.
You went on your own, right?
Yeah, exactly. So to Italy I went with my agent, right? So I came there. It's difficult when you're young and you don't know. You always train with older players as well, and you don't know them. They don't speak English, and it's very difficult. So I came to Roma, and I remember first day I came, and they're like, "Okay, what do you want to eat before my training?" And they asked me, "What do you want to eat?" And I say, "Yeah, just give me one lasagna or something." And they're like, "Okay." And then they come back after 10 minutes. They're like, "No, you cannot eat lasagna." I say, "Why?" I said, "No, you have training today." I said, "Oh, okay, sorry, okay." Like, you have to eat pasta with tomato sauce. I said, "Okay." I eat that, and then when I come into the team, it's very like people are looking at you strange. They are not talking to you. Like they are freezing you out in kind of way, and it's hard, because also me when I was younger, I had difficulties with talking to new players. I'm not very talkative. Like I don't like to talk with people that I don't know and stuff like that. So it was very difficult for me. But I remember first training I came, and who was the player? I think De Rossi's father. De Rossi's father was the coach, and he told me to do. So the first training I come, and the training starts, and I'm outside of the training. I say, "I'm not joining the training or what?" And he said, "No, come. You go to the side." And he said, "Do around the world when you kick the ball." He said, "Walk the whole pitch. Do around the world by walking." That's it. Sorry, I'm not. Brazilians can do this. I'm not a Brazilian. I cannot do this. I say, "I cannot do this." He said, "You cannot?" He said, "If you want to play here, you have to do this." I said, "Why?" I said, "Okay," and I try it. I cannot make it, and I say, "Okay, I make one," and I stop, and I make one. Anyways, training started. I got to join after a while, and I remember I was really out of shape because season in Sweden finished in November. This was in like mid-December, so I didn't train for a while already, so I was on holiday, and I came there and I was really out of shape. Still, I managed to do an okay training, okay game. We played a friendly game, and I did 1 goal and 1 assist, and then they were like, "Oh, wow, you played okay." Then the players start to get more friendly with you. They start to talk with you. They start to joke with you if you do something good. But if I wouldn't do anything, they would never talk to me.
Right.
So after a while, it was more okay. They had a lot of also like other Europeans there in the club that was playing there. But then I sat and talked with them once for dinner, and then they come and they explain everything. They say like, "Yeah, I haven't seen my family for 3 years. I haven't been home to my country for 6 months, 7 months. I haven't seen my girlfriend for blah, blah, blah." And I had a girlfriend at that time. So that made me like, oh, maybe I should think of where I'm going, like where I should play and whatnot. Like, came the day after, I ate breakfast, and then Totti comes in front of this, and he sits in front of me, and just starts drinking his coffee. And I'm eating my breakfast, and I start to shake. I say, and he just sits exactly in front of me, and I don't know what to do. And I'm eating my breakfast like this. And he just asked me, he said, "What are you doing here?" I said, "Yeah, I'm here for trial." He said, "Oh, okay, good luck, blah, 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 blah." And then was done there. I left, and then I came back to Sweden, right? It was in Sweden for 1 month, started pre-season with my team, then I went to Germany for a second trial. And I came to Germany. I was doing the trial with the under 23s, so it means I was 16, I think. Is the second team players of the first team.
Right.
So it's still, they are not under 23. Some players, they are 28, 29, 30. And I come in the dressing room and I'm like a kid. I'm skinny, I'm small, and I'm sitting there like this, and they just look at you. They don't talk to you at all. Like horrible, like very horrible. And I come and the game is so fast. Like German football is fast, right? But this was like, wow, for me, I come from a youth team. To come to that, it was so fast, and I was so shocked. I was like, yeah, this is very difficult, man. Anyways, I signed there afterwards. Then I came there. I remember when I signed, came to under 23. We went directly for a training camp with all these older players, and I had no one, like not a single friend. Then there was a Gambian player who was same age as me. He also signed. He just signed, but he was more adapted into German football. He spoke German already, and he had been in Germany for a while. Then we went for training camp. I remember the first thing we had was paintball, like a team building thing. So we played paintball, and I remember I didn't want to shoot anyone because I don't know anyone either. So I just hid behind the things, you know. And then in the end, it's just me and one older goalkeeper left. And always goalkeepers, they're always like the older ones. They're always like the captains of the team, you know, like the fathers of the team. And I hear how everyone just stay outside and watching the last 1 against 1, you know. And I don't want to shoot the guy. And I just hear they're like, kill him, kill him, kill him. And they came and he shot me straight in my forehead, you know, like a big blue mark, you know. I said, no,
You mentioned about the German football being very fast. So with your experience of playing in Germany, in Sweden, and also in Italy, so how would you say like about the main points of the, you know, in terms of training, in terms of playing?
So I would say in Italy, for example, I was there for 1 week only, but in 1 week it was a lot of tactics, like only tactics, like how we're gonna stay. The trainings was not by playing football. We didn't do much football. We did more tactic, just how we're gonna move, how we're gonna stay, how we're gonna, like very tactical, very tactical. And for me, Sweden wanted, like in my academy, we wanted to learn. They wanted us to play football. They wanted us only to play on the ground and play 1, 2, 2 triangles, you know, move like that. And then you come to Italy and it's a lot of tactics. We don't have that much in Sweden. We have little bit, but not as much. So that was like a shock for me. I was like, this is boring, man. I'm not tired after the training because we are not doing...
It's like a rehearsal.
Yeah, exactly, only rehearsal, just moving. And I was like, I'm not tired, man. And then came to Germany and there's only running, like unbelievable. Like you are like, the game goes so fast. Like it's similar to Thailand, like it's counter-attack, go back, counter-attack. It goes really fast. And like, I remember our trainings was like, we have to run the whole pitch, and if one player doesn't come in time, you do it 10 times more. And sometimes we always have one player that doesn't have power to do it. And then they just punish everyone, and they're like so strict, like really, really strict, and like very hard. But I like it in one way. Like I'm a player, I like to run. So in that time I was okay. I like to run. It's okay for me. But I can imagine for some players that doesn't like to run, it's horrible. Like it's so fast football, like pa 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 pa. When I came the first time, like I told you, like under 23 was too fast for me. I was like, hey, I cannot handle this pace. You know, it's too fast.
And one question is like, were you always a left back, or you came from, you know? I'm asking this because I had so many friends in Brazil, like they were great on the ball when they were, you know, 10, 11, 12, 15. They were like the number 10s, the playmakers, or the wingers, and then they end up being professional players in the left back. So were you always a left back?
So since when I was young, I was more left winger. Always left winger, and then I came to my academy, and then they schooled me to left defender, and then sometimes I would switch up and be left winger. I would play number 10, as you said. Sometimes I would be a number 10. But in the end, I always felt more like a left back, like a left defender. And when I moved to Germany, I only played left winger, right winger only. So they didn't put me as left defender, but
Maybe because of the age, you were playing with older.
yeah, I'm not
players.
sure really. Like maybe because it was more fast football, they like me to run behind or whatever. But I always felt like a left defender, more offensive left defender than left winger. I like to play. I like to have someone to play with forward too, and just run around or do an overlap or whatever.
Yeah.
So
So you've obviously played at like lots of big clubs in Europe and in Asia, and this is an interesting question with me and Yuri being coaches now.
yeah.
Like, who is your favourite coach, and what qualities did he have that made you like him specifically? Because it's interesting for us as coaches then to know, like, oh, well, these qualities are good.
I had a coach in my academy that I really liked. It's not my favorite coach ever, but he was good in a way that he was I don't know how to explain, like he studied the psychology as well.
Yeah.
So he understood the players, how to treat every single player. So for example, me, I like to we were young in the academy, I like to eat a kebab before training, for example. And he would be like, yeah, Kevin, I allow you to do that because I know that's how you perform at the best. And then we had one player that he was really, really good, like very technical player, left-footed, very good. But he didn't like to go to school. He didn't like to eat healthy. He didn't like to go to the gym. But he told him, it's like, if this I know this is how you perform the best, I will let you do it. Like, if you don't want to go to school, if that's how you're gonna become a professional player, I will not care about your school. Like, because some coaches, they would be like, if you don't go to school, you cannot come to training, and if you don't do but he was just there for the football and wanted us to be the best we could be.
Yeah, it's interesting. That's really interesting because, like, like all these top players, they say like man management, like Sir Alex Ferguson's like the best. So I kind of get that actually.
Yeah. So, I mean, I would prefer you prefer someone that you can also be close to. I think like that you can talk to. You don't want a coach that's just killing you and that you can never talk to. Like, you always want to have explanations. You want to explain yourself, what you're feeling.
Yeah. I suppose though, like coming from England, like my experience was always like it was the assistant.
Yeah.
It was the assistant head coach that would always be like a little bit closer than the gaffer. And whereas like the gaffer's kind of like, oh, I'm a little bit scared of him. Like, he's not as approachable as he.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. So let's talk about how you see football. Like, let's say, if you were a coach, let's say, how would your team play? Like, how is your idea of football? Like in a perfect world, let's say.
In my perfect world, I mean, how I like to play football is just on the ground. Like, I don't like put the long balls, put the upper to the striker, and then you play from there. Like in Sweden, we have a word calling like put. It's a word that you said, like long balls on the striker, for example. But it's like a horrible. Like for me, football is like in my academy. From what I learned in my academy, is just play, 2 touch. You don't have to take. If you need 2, 3 touch, okay, but 5, 6, 7 touch, you're just closing the spaces, and then there's nothing. You make nothing out of it. So for me, football always been like, if I was a coach, my football would just, I would try to do, for example, I don't know if you've seen what Mario has done with Mangtong. He just wants them to play on the floor, like all the time. And of course, in my team, I would still want to have a big striker, but a big striker that can play, that can receive the ball and he can play the ball, continue. Because you always need a striker that could score a header or could do something. So
hold the ball.
Yeah, exactly. So for me, just like 2 touch, you play out from the keeper and you just play, and you just take 1, 2 touch, and you don't need more than that. You just move the ball. If you don't have a space, you just move it again, and you just continue to move. And okay, of course you can do crossing, because I like to cross as well.
Yes.
I mean, you can do the crossings, you can do whatever, but just like keep it in the team, have the possession of the game. if the other team doesn't have the ball, they will not score anyway.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
just keep the ball, and the chances will always come in the game. So in my team, I would always like tell them to just play, continue to play.
Yeah, what I used to tell the kids in the school,
Yeah.
in the academy, is that like long ball is one option,
Yes,
but should not be the only option.
exactly.
Yeah, what I see like sometimes like is the only option of the team is long ball, long
Yeah,
ball, long ball. So it's hard
exactly.
to play.
No, I mean like the chance of you winning a long ball is, I think, is 50-50. Like
It's a gamble,
yeah, exactly. Either you win or you lose the ball, and then you have to chase the ball again, and then your team will get more tired. If you're just keeping the ball, the other team has to run, and they will get more tired.
Yes.
And then spaces will open, and in the end, you will always find a chance to score a goal.
I think that's where me being British, we're very contrasting, you know.
Yeah.
Like, that's just in England we're just very direct and play.
Yeah, I
that
mean,
way.
everyone have their own kind of football, I guess. You know, like some
Yeah.
people like it also depends on what
Yeah, yeah.
players you have and what.
Yes.
Like if you only have big players, of course
Yeah.
you're not gonna play on the floor. You will play more. You will play on your advantage.
Yeah, definitely.
But I would say like long balls with objective is not just kick and hoping.
Yeah, exactly,
Right?
exactly.
Maybe this is your idea, like play long balls with objective. Yeah.
Yes.
With,
Yeah,
Right.
I agree, because I think for me it's like I like to play in behind,
Mhm.
just get the ball in behind people
Yeah.
as often as possible.
Yeah, as long as you have a good passer, a good,
Yeah.
long passer, and someone to run is one option, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, of course.
Who's
one
the-
way to
Who's the
think.
best passer of the ball that's not professional?
Sammy Percival. No, you have a good foot, to be fair. You have a good foot, man.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
No, man. No, but really, like, yeah, like you say, like if you, everyone has their own style. If you play like with an objective,
Yeah.
if you want, if that's your plan to do that and you're good at it, then why not do it? You know
Yeah.
what I mean? But
Yeah, it's just like the crosses that you mentioned
Yeah,
that
exactly.
you like to do.
yeah,
It's not just kicking
Yeah,
the ball
exactly,
on the
exactly.
area and then praying for the
yeah,
striker.
exactly,
coming.
exactly. So
Yeah,
it's like, I mean, yeah, it depends what you like and what, like. But my football wouldn't want to be that.
Can you see yourself being a coach?
I've thought of it. Like, I know how I want my team to play. I know how
Yeah.
I would like to build up my team. I know what players I would put in my team to play and whatever. But I don't know, man. It's difficult. Like, I'm not very like, I don't like to correct people. I don't like to tell them do that. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I think you need a different personality to be a coach. Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe an assistant. That's more fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what about like after football then? Have you given that much thought?
Yeah, I haven't thought of it yet. Like, I was thinking to take the courses,
Yeah.
but I don't know, man. It's not. We don't have much time either, and it's like it's too much of a stress now. Maybe I take it later. Let's see,
Yeah.
like how
I think it comes with the time as
Yeah,
well.
exactly,
like
exactly,
When you
exactly.
are more experienced, like older,
Yeah.
you know, you start seeing other
exactly,
options.
Exactly.
I think similar to you, like right now, I don't think to be in the professional
Yeah.
football, but maybe because I'm young,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
31,
uh-huh.
so for professional football,
Yeah,
I
exactly.
still have time, you know,
Yeah.
like. But as you said, I also don't like to correct
Yeah,
adults.
yeah, exactly,
You know,
exactly.
Maybe because of the age, but
Yeah.
let's see in the future.
Exactly.
But,
Maybe it's also because of the
with
age.
kids, I think I have more, you know, this touch,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
like more as like an older brother, you know, like
Exactly,
older
exactly.
uncle.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's also the thing with the age. Like, imagine me. We say I would become a coach now. I'm 26, and then I would go to a player that's 33, and I'm telling him do that. And
Yeah,
he'll tell
yeah.
me what do you know that I don't know. Like,
Yeah, right.
So it feels like
That's a great point. And so like you've obviously as a young player played with older players coming
Yeah.
through the ranks. Now that you're getting older and you're coming into your prime,
yeah.
how are you then with the younger players that are coming in to support, like William, for example?
No, like for example, like with William or with Gustav, I wouldn't mind telling them what,
Yeah.
because they are also Swedish. I can talk with them in Swedish, whatever. Like, I wouldn't mind telling them do that. You know, like, and they know how to take it as well.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's difficult also with Thai players. They don't know. If you start to scream at a Thai player, he would take it too personal, and
Yep.
then he would become like angry with you, or he would then be not be your friend anymore. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
in a way. So it's like it depends on who you can talk with and who you can
Ah.
correct. I would always correct people in a way, even if it's an older player. But I would tell him in a way that it doesn't like make
In
it
a way that
personal.
you would like
Yeah.
to hear.
Yeah, exactly,
maybe.
exactly. So it's
Yeah,
more
yeah.
like, hey, if you can do that, but not like, hey, do that, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
And with for example, in Europe, when you grow up, in Europe they are very strict. They are like, in a training, I'm 16 years old and I'm coming up to the first team, and they kill you if you do a wrong pass. They will scream at you and like, but I get used to it and everyone get used to it. But here in Thailand it's not the same, so it's difficult here, man. Like to.
Yeah, no, I agree.
And also like, I don't think when you talk with the Thai players, for example, they don't take it in and take it as a lesson. They just like they comes in here and goes out there. Like they don't listen ever, like to what you're saying and what you're trying to help with. So there always has to be someone that they respect a lot to listen to them. You know what I mean? Like
I think they take it as a like losing face in
exactly,
front of people.
exactly.
Like it's the tradition
Yeah,
here,
exactly.
but in football, I think it's different.
Yeah,
We should
of
listen
course.
more. Yeah, yeah. So, what would you say? Change the topic.
Yeah.
What would you say that it was your best moment in football and worst moment in football? I think I have idea of the worst, but just to talk about it, best and worst moment so far.
Best moment. I think it's. I really don't know, man. Best moment. I mean, when I've enjoyed football the most, must have been maybe like the first year I came to Thailand.
Yeah.
So I came as 19-year-old. In Sweden, I was on a really low salary, for example. I come here and I get a bigger salary than I ever had in Sweden, and I can, for first time in my life, I can eat the food I want. I can go to a restaurant. I can enjoy my food, and I played really good at the same time. Like I went to the national team after 3 months. I think I did like 8-9 assists in one season, 1 goal, and it was like I was happy, you know. And then I had a good group in my team. My coach, I love him very much, like amazing coach. Like teammates, amazing, foreigners, very good. Like everything was very good altogether. So I think that was like one of my best moments because everything was so new as well. Everyone was like, now I've been here for a while. It's like getting more normal. But
Was it that moment that clicked? Like, yes, I made it. Like,
yeah, kind of like. I felt like I've come somewhere in my football career.
like
I
you
mean,
achieved something.
yeah, exactly. Like, it was not my plan ever to come to Thailand. Like, to be honest, I wanted to be in Europe and blah blah. But I came here by coincidence, and I was here. But then I felt like, wow, I have a good life here. It's good weather. It's good food. Everything is good. Like, it's cheap more compared to Europe. It's not like so. Everything was like all together was really good, like a package deal. So it was like I think that was the most happy moment in my career.
I think like we touched on it on our last episode about sometimes when young players have this vision of a glamorous lifestyle for players, but it's not always like that. Because I remember you telling me a while back about was it 400 euros was just
yeah, exactly. So when I played in Sweden, I signed my first professional contract as 15-year-old, right? But I signed a 4-year contract, so it meant I was on how much would we say, 12,000 baht a month. But for me at 15, it was a lot. It was like, wow, I have money now to buy something, blah blah. Turn 16 was okay. 17, it became like, I'm still only on 400. It became to 18, 19, and then I went into full-time professional, but on 12,000 baht a month.
Yeah.
And I was not even living at home, so I lived in another city that was 2 hours away from my home. Okay, the club gave me an apartment. I shared with 2 teammates, but to take care of so I came to that apartment. I didn't have a bed, so I had to go buy my own bed. And to buy that bed, I had to take it on installments. So I had to pay. I had to pay every month, and that even cut my money short even more on my salary. And then the tax, and then I had my phone bill to pay. So in the end, I was left with 6,000-7,000 baht a month, And for me to play professional football and full time and to eat lunch, you have to cook your own dinner, you have to cook your own lunch, and like it was horrible, man. So it was like that was like a really tough time. But I was like, this is my last year of my contract. Like either I play good or I play shit. So it's like, and I was lucky. I played really good. I'm happy that I played really good, and I got offers from a lot of clubs. And I mean, yeah. So that's like, it's difficult when you when you live on so small amounts and you still have to perform all the time, every day. But in the end, now I'm here and I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, it comes with a lot of difficulties, but I think doing that makes you grow up.
Of course.
Quickly. Being home, away from home, cooking your own dinner and stuff, I think.
Of course. Like, I mean, yeah, I didn't know how to cook before. I went out of home, you know, like, I came and I moved into this apartment. Two of my friends, they already knew how to cook and everything, and I said, hey, can you help me how to do, for example, bolognese. I didn't know how to make a bolognese. And they had to teach me, you know, like, we had to, it was a fun time though, like, I had fun because I had two roommates. It's the first time I'm living out of home. Like, everything is new. You can do whatever you want. You can come home whenever you want. No one's controlling you.
Yeah.
So it was still a good time. I'm not gonna complain, but it was just like, it was tough, like money-wise.
Yeah.
And what would be the worst moment on the contrary?
Wow, worst moment. Probably injuries, like. The surgeries and coming back from have to do surgery, like to find out that you have to do the surgery. I remember, so I did my first surgery. I have two surgeries in my ankle. So the first surgery I did, I was fine. It was like, okay, it will take 3-4 months to come back. It's fine for me. Like, I've been injured before. I had many hamstring injuries, whatever. Like, it's fine. I will come back. It's no worries. Came back, played for 1 year, for the whole season. Played the national team game, and I start to feel my ankle again. And I said, okay. I went to check the MRI, and they confirmed, they're like, yeah, you have to do another surgery. And I think at that time it dropped. It was like, oh shit, now it's like there. So I had problems in the cartilage. So they said, your cartilage is broken again. And I said, no, man. I said, okay. And then I went to the surgery, and I think that was like one of the lowest points in my career. Like, I was feeling really like down. Like, I didn't have motivation to do the recovery. I was like, shit, man, I just want to play. I don't have power for these injuries again. And whatever, and still, like, it takes some time, you know, to come back from it. It's like, for me, with that injury as well, it took me some time to get back from it. Like, I still had pain afterwards, and like, I tried to fix it all the time. Like, I tried to take care of it, but it was so difficult. Like, I went to Chelsea to do to Cobham to do the recovery, right?
Yeah.
So I wanted to have the best physio. I wanted to have the best everything, and I just wanted to fix everything that was problem. And yeah, I think like that 3-4 months was really, really tough. Like, it was, I didn't know how good I will respond to the surgery, and I mean, now I'm okay. I'm not perfect, but I'm not bad either. So
yeah, it's a big plays on your mentality a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like, coming back from injury, like.
Yeah, I mean,
what do you think? Like, if a young player now is going through that sort of injury, or like a big injury that takes them out for a long time, what would you tell your younger self?
I think I would tell myself like that everything will be fine. Like, I mean, just do what we say. If the younger players have a physio, for example, just follow the program, what the physio is telling you to do. Like, don't try to skip it and say, it's fine, because I've done that and it's just getting worse. Like, just follow the program. It's just for 3-4 months, we say, if it's that. 3-4 months, just follow it for 3-4 months, and you will be good for the rest of your time. Like, don't skip. Like, don't try to go around the rehabilitation. Even if you think it's okay, it will maybe come back in a later on and make it worse. So just like stick to it for 3-4 months, and then you'll be fine. Like, you should be fine after that.
Yep. We have a question from one of our followers. So is it related to the injury?
Okay.
So how was it like during the period when you were injured, mentally and physically? So maybe we can twist this question, like how did you react, like mentally and physically, to this?
Yeah, so like that's what I said, like mentally.
So thank you, Hansen, for the question.
So mentally it was tough, man. Like I told you, like I've been having injuries before. I've been having hamstring injuries, but it's just muscle. That's fine. Like muscles always fine. Like muscles will come back. You can grow up your muscles. You can make them stronger. First surgery, I thought, okay, I had 2 ligaments that was torn, and I said, oh, it's fine. Ligaments you can fix. Then they told me about cartilage, and cartilage is different. You cannot grow back cartilage.
Yep.
So first surgery, like I said, I was fine. It was okay. Came back. Second surgery, then it was like mentally it was tough. Like it was like no, not again, you know. And I mean, if you have your friends, family, they will always be there. They will always support you. They will always help you like through it, you know. And that's what I think I try to do. I try to stay with my family. I try to stay with my girlfriend. I try to stay with the people I'm close with, and help them. Like they will always try to push you and try to see the good things in everything for you. And I think that's just the most important. Like I know, like I've seen all the players that's interviews, whatever, with players that's saying like, yeah, I always stay with my family, and I always thought like it was more of bullshit. Like, thank you for my family first, thank you. But it's really true. It's like the people you're close with, just stay with them, and they will help you go through this period. And then when it's done, you will see like, thanks to them, you're here. Like, and then was physically as well, right? So physically, I mean, physically is hard. Also, like the way back, like the first 2 months, we say the first month of the surgery, when I do the surgery, for example, it's more okay because you're not doing much. You cannot do much either. It's like you're taking your holiday, you're resting. But then when the work has to start, that's when it's like getting hard, you know, especially like the 1 month before you're going back into full training. Then it's hard. Like you're working 2 times a day in the gym, you know, just working hard, and sometimes you don't have motivation for it, but you just have to continue working, you know. And then, I mean, it will be worth it in the end, always, like, always be worth it.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, it's tough, man. Like injuries. Myself, I had 2 in my Achilles tendon.
Oh yeah.
1 year apart of each other, and at some point I feared like even like not to walk properly.
Exactly.
You know, have you thought about this as well? Like, second surgery, same place, same foot. Have you feared like about like your career? Like, am I going to be able to play again?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, so after second surgery, they told me as well. They said like, this is your last chance. Almost, they said like in nice words, they would say like, this is your last chance. Like, if this doesn't work, then I don't know what you can do. Like, there's not much you can do, kind of. So that's like the thing. Like, I'm not fearing for not walking, like after in normal life, but I'm fearing to not be able to play football, because that's what I love to do. Like, it's my life. I don't know anything else what to do. So like, that's the fear I have, that if I fear I had, that I will not be able to ever play again. And that's, I mean, it scares you, you know, like it's, you don't know how to and that's what I think also with the mental thing. Like, you go down mentally because you're overthinking as well. So you're overthinking like, maybe I cannot play anymore, maybe it's like that, maybe it's like that, and then you start to go down mentally even more. And then I think it's just like, don't have to, I would say now, if I did a third surgery, I would not think of it. I would just take it as it comes and just
Well, did you never think like frustration in the sense of like, I'm just not going to play anymore, that's it, I'm done, you know, like, because for me, I mean, we're in different positions, because I'm a coach and you're a player, but like, after my injury, is like, I'm done, I'm not playing competitive football ever again. Have you ever felt like that?
I mean, I had moments, where I thought like, maybe I just stop at football, like, maybe I don't have power anymore, like, especially that we had one time with the Champions League we were playing during COVID. So we had to go to Buriram, to travel to Buriram, and we had to stay there in 2 weeks in quarantine in the room. but no one had COVID and nothing, and that was like, for me, just to stay in a room and just to eat food out of boxes. I said, nah, it's not worth it, man. I said no. I got and I was still having pain in my ankle as well at that time. So I said, no, it's not worth it, man. I said, no, I better, I just stop football, man. I don't have power for this. Like, this is not worth my time. But also, like, injuries make you like rethink. Like, for example, I had four hamstring injuries in a row. So I broke the right one 2 times in a row. So it was 2 months, and then it came the left one, 2 months, 2 months. And then
It's crazy.
yeah, so that time I was like, what's my body made of? Like, is it made of spaghetti or what? Like,
Yeah.
so that time I was thinking like, no, I don't care about football anymore. It's like, I leave it, you know. But then, like, you go through it and then you're fine, you know. Like,
Yeah.
not
Okay.
thinking back of it.
So let's talk about something else
Yeah.
other than football. So do you have any hobbies, like, or passions out of football? Maybe, don't know, coffee, maybe video games.
Golfing recently, isn't
Golfing recently, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I like, not hobbies like that, but it's more like I like to travel a lot. Like, I think, and that's what made me happy as well. Like, coming to Thailand, playing football in Thailand, have allowed me as well to travel the world where I want to travel.
it? Yeah.
Like, when I was a kid, I would never travel. I would never go out of Sweden. I would never go anywhere. So, like, a hobby, I think, is traveling. Like, I like to explore new things. I like to
Yeah.
see new cities, new countries, and just like
Yeah.
do everything. Like, on my holidays, I like my holidays,
Yeah.
like my free times.
I've known you for some time now, and I'd be interested to know what you think of this. It's like, you've recently become a business owner. For
Yeah.
how long now?
8 months, maybe
8
6,
months?
6, 7, 8 months.
So you have two businesses,
businesses,
Tazonica
yeah.
and Burger Box.
Yeah, exactly.
What's it like being a footballer and a business owner?
I mean, I think I've handled it pretty well. Like, I mean, in the terms of, like, my staff has been helping me a lot. Like, the staff I have working, they've been, because they know I'm new into the business as well. They know that it's my first business, whatever. So they've been helping me a lot during the road, like, to what I need to do, where I need to be at what time, and like what I need to be helping with. But I mean, it's something that I feel like I wanted to grow as a person in a way. Like, I wanted to
Yeah.
grow from a kid to an adult, you know, in a way. So I wanted to do something, and so I thought, okay, why not try a business? Like, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Like, there's nothing I can do about it. And so I was traveling, and then I was in New York. I traveled. I saw some cocktail bars. I saw some restaurants, whatever. So I wanted to do a mix of that. And then I just, I mean, like, I just decided to open. When I decide to do something, I would do it quick, always.
Same as
we
we
spoke
were
about
just
this
speaking
just
this.
before.
Yeah. So when I decide to do something, I just do it really quick. So I just decided, and then in 1.5 weeks, I was already on the process of doing
Yeah.
everything. So I just thought I didn't have any plan at all, and I just said, like, okay, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
I take it on the road, like, see how things go, and then
Yeah.
sort it out.
Do you think, like, the personality that you've developed growing through football has any sort of skills from that has transferred into being a business owner then? Because I'm sure you've got to be somewhat resilient, because you're going to face problems and face issues that come up in business, like.
Yeah, I mean, I think so. I mean, it's different though, like, in football and in business, but it's some things is very similar, I guess, but still it's so different that, like, in my business, for example, I don't know how to explain, but like, I have to bring in customers, for example,
Yes.
in my business, and then in football, they come to watch you, but you don't have to invite anyone, you know. And like, I know, I know a lot of people, for example, in Bangkok, for example, but I don't like to tell people, come here. I don't like to. So I'm very, like, not shy, but I don't like to ask people for.
Introvert.
Yeah, I don't like to ask people for stuff.
Yeah.
So I would never ask anyone to come to my bar, for example, or come to my burger shop, come try here. You know, like I would ask my close friends, come if you want to try, we can enjoy here for a while and do something. But the things of facing, I think, is so different, man. It's like so different.
It's a lot of responsibility.
Yeah, like the responsibilities are a lot, man. I always have to be ready on my phone. If they need something there, I would have to answer directly. I have to pay that already. Like it's very difficult. It's stressful. But as I said, it's been a fun journey. You know, it's fun to open something. It's fun. I'm proud of having. It's like my baby. You know, like So I'm happy to have something.
Yeah. No, it's good to see. Honestly.
Thank you.
Great place, I think. If anyone's watching, you should come visit.
Yes.
Visit.
Want to mention
Best burgers ever. Honestly, I love them.
Where is that
I order
located?
and grab as well.
Yeah.
Huh?
Where is that located? Around.
Here in Tonglo, Soy 13.
Yeah, in
Space
Sweden
Tonglo.
Space, yeah. Order, always on grab.
Really?
Looking for burger. Yeah, I am. Honestly.
I don't eat burgers that much. That's what
You should try it one day. It's
Yeah,
good.
yeah, we'll definitely.
Yeah.
Right.
Should we wrap it up?
Yep.
Yeah.
So to finish, I would like to ask you a phrase or an advice for young players, you know, that you could give, that you would have given to yourself, to your own self, like when you were 15, 16, 14. So what would you advise for our audience, young players?
I would just advise them like never give up on your dreams, and like even what people are telling you, like if you trust in yourself, just continue what you're what you're believing in, and then go all the way. Like even if people would tell you you will not make it, you will not make it, blah blah. I'd just focus on yourself and just go. Whatever you believe in, you just follow it. And just do whatever you want.
I'd like to maybe add on to that actually, mate. Like just before we came into your apartment, we was talking about like we're the kind of people like just do it.
Yeah.
And we'll make mistakes along the way. I think it's important to do that and you learn and you grow along the way.
Of course, always
I think that's a great advice to go on.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, cool.
Yep.
Perfect, guys.
It's great. Normally we, like when we see interviews like the great players, top players, they mention the same.
Yeah.
So yeah, guys. So you know, just go, keep going,
Yes.
never give up. Looks like a BS,
Yeah.
but it's not. Like you can go to place that you never thought about.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if you really believe, just keep going. So it's good to hear from a top player here in Thailand. So most of our audience are Thai young football players. So it's good to hear from him. And yeah, keep going. Believe in your dreams. Yeah.
No, yeah. Brilliant. I've enjoyed coming here today.
Thank you, brother. Thank you for coming, guys.
No.
Thank you for receiving us.
No worries.
Yeah, thank you.
And yeah, to finish, hope you guys liked. Yes. So if you have any comment, you can comment in the box below. All right. Don't forget to follow, subscribe. Yes, like the video, and also share with your teammates. Yeah. Your other young football players.
Yeah.
Friends and
if you haven't already, we'll link all the profiles.
Yes.
Instagrams, our other YouTubes as well. So Coach Yuri.
So there are plenty of video drills, football drills.
Absolutely, loads of value there
from both of us.
So we'll link it, put it in the description, everything.
Yep.
Yeah. Cool.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Kevin.
guys.
Yeah, tell them to
And
subscribe.
Subscribe, follow, subscribe, like. Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys. See you next time.
Bye bye.